E-boy is under casual.
What?
Don't think
God,
about
it's recording
meat.
already. I forgot about that. Great start. Okay. And I was gonna take this opportunity to take an ice cream break. Why did I already start the recording? So anyway, we got Ultra Prodigal Furious, very big. Damn it! Ultra Eternal Prodigal Furious, very big Sonic, Fearless Perpetual Heroic Epic Legendary. Book
Is it
one,
really
part...
necessary to conceal the title?
Oh yeah, we gotta get this whole thing.
I mean, can't you say insert Rea'l on the title here?
No, it's great. It's all part of the illusion. Why not?
Hey, each piece of the title is really important, not to spoil anything for the people who haven't read this yet.
Maybe.
Each
Book one.
adjective is very important.
Ultra Eternal Prodigal Furious, very big Sonic, Fearless Perpetual Hope, Heroic Epic, blah 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 blah. Book 1, Part 1, Chapter 2, Episode 1. The Imbroglios of Life and the Tempests They Render.
I say that 3 times fast.
Woo! Do you want me to? No. I botched it up.
Wait, why is that enough time as it is?
Alright, let's go this. Yeah, for those viewing at home, this is my third attempt for some reason. I decided I've botched up a few things, so I'm going to try to start over because we stopped it fairly early on. Disregarding my mother, neighbors, and friends, I raced off into the canopy overhead. The portal from youth soon blotted out the sun and surrounded my frame. The isolation imposed on me by the environment proved a suitable venue of initiation into the life of a lone warrior, as signaled by the cause of unnerving shadows and the calls of hidden monsters. My ecstatic pace became an apprehensive, though still quite graceful walk, swinging my head in all directions in rhythm with my shuffling feet. Right, I totally forgot. When we first read this, we totally imagined Ostentatious walking down the road, flailing his head all over the place.
Yep.
Yeah. Nature heavily told my composure, though I steeled my resolve, threw up my nose at the shadows, and kept my steps at a constant yet soft. Swoops overhead, and a fallen tree branch sent an uneasy chill across me like electricity. Such was the life I shall bear, I reminded myself. An adventure to say the least. My father is still around me. My father is all around me, and I shall not disappoint him. More screeches pierced the dense foliage, and sparked hysteria within me. Like millions of ubiquitous serpents, gasping in harmony, and sizing up their next meal, the sounds of the unknown froze my stride. Circled by trees and concealed faces, I bravely sprinted towards a wider and more illuminated section of that plain of terror. Just barely out of earshot, I swore I made out what seemed to be the sweet coo of bells. I stopped, the sun's breath rejuvenating my spirit and reaffirming my spine. Too soon, the screeches had started back up, but in a select area. Damn, your microphones are just really, really quiet. Divinity showered me, and colored my horn with a mystical force. Like a seismic wave, my foot collided with the earth, and signaled my distaste. Many's the mare who trots too close to my lands. Few have ever lived beyond my powers to warn the world, for I possess craft and magic beyond the boundaries of mortality and comprehension. Pray thee, show thyself, lest detonations thrust your shadow into a light one cannot escape. I decreed, hearing the rustling die down and the similar shake of bells.
Ah, crap.
Eh?
Have to be automatically restart. My computer's automatically gonna be restarting. Just keep going.
Okay. Hang on, wait, I gotta turn off, TeamSpeak sounds for a split thing. Wait, playback. Standby volume, quiet. Set, okay! What did you say? What did you say? A shrill voice returned, shock in its throat. You heard me, villainous villain. You attack girls? No! Red flirted with my cheeks, as the wordsmith I battled appeared to have found a flaw in my tongue. Rhymes normally augment the vigor of a battle cry, though you have got me thinking on my hooves, and I could not quite form an elaborate sentence in such time, though my message possesses the same gist. There was a pause before the retort. Are you trying to read me a novel? Trust me, such camaraderie will not be spared on thine callous spirit. Reveal your shadow, I replied to the ribald creature. For the birds! Caw, 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 caw! The villain mocked with those ugly sounds of birds. Go back the way you came! My language nor I deserve such insults, I called out to the voice with a snort. I shall press forward. Turning up my nose once more to the darkness, I gracefully took my leave and delved further into the woods. No, wait! Come back! The voice called hurriedly. You don't even want to fight me? Disappointment played a sour note in the question. I scoffed. Melee and all associated sports are of little use against the demon of no solid form. A body for a brawl. There was a rustle of leaves and bells, and the flight of an object, its trajectory aimed for my skull. Pain flashed and ran deep, though I swung my head around to catch the fiend. Who threw that? I demanded. Dan. Not I, called the little voice, sounding a bit more like LeFou from Beauty and the Beast. Gaston! No. Calling the fool, I followed the trees to safety. Another rock collided with my cranium. I looked back around. No one was visible. Calm yourself, I told myself. Surely his supply is limited. And scene break. Also, time for some ice cream for a moment. Is that a better voice?
Yeah. Actually, LeFou might work better than
Alright.
Link.
Yeah, but that's
LeFou,
basically my Scootaloo voice. Gaston, when are we gonna get our cutie marks?
What the heck? Now there's a fanfic that needs to be written. Gaston visits Equestria.
The beast already got here. What the hell? It would be the rose. It would be the rose. All right. Anyway, we're playing on this too much.
That's true. Good. It's good.
Dense woods began to populate the area, and most ways were non-negotiable. Through a few tight tree placements I could squeeze, too soon coming to the realization of a dead end. In mere minutes of my trek, the area became a never-ending maze composed of green and the occasional rock whizzing past me. Overhead sunlight began to dwindle of the balance and begin a descent. Okay. All the while followed by the fiend and his incessant bells. Devoid of any life beyond the incessant rock slinger and myself, this forest seemed eerily dead. Vibrant fruits and flowers grew on trees and the grounds in abundance, though all were motionless and dared not utter a sound. I filed it away as a simple attribute of the land, and kept my pace brisk, dodging an incoming rock. He's still getting rocks hacked at him. Frustration built all too quickly, as something dastardly hatched. Caught in another frustratingly dense dead end, something hit me. An idea, or a rock, perhaps. I stared intently at the trees, hoping to hear the launch of a rock or the cracking of a twig, or a stray bell twitch. For minutes, I stared and waited and listened, though the imp slipped up. A rock flew its simple flight, though passion and fervent energy caught the projectile and reversed its motion. Returning the packet to its sender, a child's cry broke out over the gallery of tree trunks and canopies. A giddy smile grew on my lips. Not even the capricious personification of the hunter and his tribe can jeer, for ecclesiastical. Winsterton?
Ecclesiastical.
Yeah, but ecclesiastical channels replenished my veins and flavored my blood beyond comprehension. Summon the non-believers. Huh?
Not only does it eat up mares, but also children. Worth noting.
Totally. Summon the non-believers. I scoffed with a raise of my hoof to my chest to call into discussion this beginner, and then return to your holes as the evidence sends the courtroom ablaze with envy.
Objection!
What?
I don't actually know what the objection music is, I'm sorry.
Ding, 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 ding.
Oh, there we go, okay. Cheetah Man.
That's Cheetah Man.
Jerk, what'd you hit me for? Called the bells in the voice, now set in stone as its raspier version. Sunlight did perfect my astounding elevation atop the pedestal of victory, though my curiosity begged the question of what baddie my skills had struck. Eager to discover the artist behind this facsimile of horror, I called to the criminal to reveal himself. "Ha!" called the voice. The owner traipsed through a northern bush and proclaimed his motivation. "Cower, fool, for I am an esteemed guard of Paradise Gorge." A forgettable face and tiny frame, though an ominous jet black coat, trimmed with a pearl mane and marked with the insignia of a vermilion bell painted on an image of confusing color schemes within my memory. Painted an image of confusing color schemes within my memory. There we are. Violet eyes stared intense gazes into my soul. Around his neck glistened a beautiful pendant and the companion bells. The hoof he pointed at me addressed his target. "Do you, marauder, now wish to duel?" I asked, horn eager to smell
Dude, wrong voice.
What? Why? Oh,
Because it's
right.
Ostentatious, bro.
This is him. I'm sorry. The hoof of the horn pointed at me. The
hoof of the horn? What the hell are you even saying anymore?
Horrible. The hoof he pointed at me addressed his target. "Do you, marauder, now wish to duel?" I asked, horn eager to smell the singe of fur. Dude, he's horrible. Without a word or rhyme, the marauder reached a swift hoof to the ground and grew a devilish smirk. My heart raced as the possible scenarios of battle revealed themselves. Perhaps he would call for help, or simply charge, or use his shimmering little hooves which flared threateningly in the sun. Though a new tool, much worse than the previous tools, was released and presented. So, you must be a traveling poet. I get it now. Well, buddy, I bet my haikus are 10 times better than anything you can muster. Now we'll see how smug you are. Smell you later, Gramps. No, sorry. The miniature marauder confidently barked.
Now you're slipping into a mixture between Link and Sonic the Hedgehog.
For once, there's a train in the background and it's someone other than me? Wow.
Not my train.
No, it's Seb. That's alright.
Yeah.
Train incoming.
Not my
It's a
train.
2 mile long. It's a
It's-
2 mile long
it's-
town. Of course, we're gonna get train.
It's a
trains
training
around here.
montage.
Ah, ha, ha.
Boo! Bring on the fic! Alright. Freely diving into prose, he closed his eyes, raised his head to a nearby evergreen, and began. "Big and tall green tree," he declared, mouth wide and projection heard above the wind. "Grow bigger and greener today! Today is warm!" With a smirk, he looked at me once more. "Your turn! If you can impress me, I'll take you through this maze!" Soft laughter escaped from my lips and became unexpectedly boisterous. As the sun sets, I see the time is an amateur hour. We are not in the mood for free verse. Pray count the syllables of your speech and direct me free of these woods. My guffaws would not cease and began to scare the birds. Huh? The confused child went back and counted his words in his head, then returned with red spreading violently across his face. Ah, dang! You win this round, poet! What's your name? Simple guard, I am Ostentatious, but as I said before, I have not the time for pleasantries with you. Freedom is which avenue? Reluctant to uphold his bargain, he scowled at my superiority and, with his inferiority, held open a previously unexplored section of hedges leading to a surprisingly spacious system of routes. Or routes, rather. I followed without delay. Wordplay, but semi-intentional. Also, let me look back over at that haiku. A big and tall green tree, grow bigger and greener today. Today is warm. Okay, so instead of 575, it's 584.
Yep.
Yeah. I love it. Yes.
And I think we discussed the first time we read this, the fact that he wanders around while the kid's throwing rocks at him for a while. And then when he finally beats the kid at poetry, the kid just, like, opens up a section of the hedges. And it's he's been wandering around in circles doing absolutely jack all.
For, like, hours, probably. Or at least minutes. And it's just a friggin' hedge away to the clearing that you gotta get to. It's like in Super Mario World when you're on that one island and you beat the level the normal way, but it just reveals like a circular path, and then you beat it the other way, and then you get to go through. There's gonna be like half of one person who's going to get what I'm actually talking about. Anyway,
Half of one person?
half of one person, not even anyone. Also,
I
my
don't
ice
even
cream is melting
understand what
like
that means.
crazy. Hang on, I must replenish my throat by icing the cream.
Dude, sick.
2 mice and a bucket of cream. What?
There were 2 ice in a bucket of cream.
One drowned and struggled and then drowned.
I don't think ice can
It
drown.
drowned and then struggled and then drowned?
Yes.
Dude, that's pretty impressive.
It had 1 reincarnation left.
Yeah, what would happen if they, like, dumped Jesus into some quicksand? He drowned and then he resurrected and then he just drowned again.
Horrible. What are we talking about?
Hubris! I don't know.
I don't know.
Scene break. Alright. I've had my snack break. Is that what define hubris?
Hubris? Like pride?
Damn it! That's not the
Gall.
word. Heresy.
I
Am I thinking of
hubris.
heresy?
Me
Heresy
hubris.
is
He,
in
she,
no
it,
way similar to, like,
hubris.
I mean, like, what?
No, I'm talking about offending religions.
Hubology, the
Blasphemy?
study of...
No, but there's a word starting with an H. Oh man.
Heresy is a word, but
Hu-
not quite the same
Hubology,
thing
the
as
study of
blasphemy.
hubris.
Damn it! Whatever.
Wait, what?
Screw it. Let's just roll tape. Roll tape.
We're doing it live!
Heresy
Yeah.
is conflicting beliefs. It's like when you believe something that's slightly different from what the commonly accepted belief of that religion is.
Fine. So
Blasphemy
my
is when
belief is that
you're
instead of
saying
being
something
crucified,
that
he was
is
just dumped in a quicksand pit.
blasphemous.
I followed without delay. Scene break. From what little small talk the fool attempted to create and that I acknowledged, I gathered his name, Sleigh Bells. Apparently, he was leading me into the direction of his town, Paradise Gorge. Reader's note, Slay is S-L-A-Y. That's not actually very important, I don't think. Every clap of his hooves and every word spoken led to the obnoxious clang of the series of bells strewn about his neck. The rest of his chatter did not interest me, nor my quest, as I simply watched the trees go by and grow from forest green to several vibrant shades. Energy and life became a pattern among the branches and trees as I could make out the tops of homes in the distance. The guarded path of trees eventually emptied out into a small field abundant with colorful arrays of flowers and fruit, bearing trees watching over a brick path. Beside the path stood 2 stallions, both of whom greeted Sleigh Bells and I quite warmly.
Did you have fun playing in the forest, Sleigh Bells? No scrapes, I hope. Don't keep your dad waiting for too long.
Chimed one of the
Dang it,
guards.
Bobby.
This is one of the friendliest guards of ever. Crimson rushed to the young foal's face once more. Oh, right, no, sorry. Crimson is a capital and that was the character's name.
Ironically, based on some of our later theories concerning the fact that this forest that he's coming from might be the Everfree Forest.
Yeah,
The fact that you
entirely
say
possible.
one of the most kind guards of ever.
Ooh.
Nice slip up there.
Thank you for justifying my weird phrasing.
Yep.
Crimson rushed to the young foal's face once more. The garb, for guards, appeared disheveled, helmets not matching, an air of casualness between the two, and practically unimpressive builds. I could have overtaken them if I had not been in a hurry. Beyond the guards resided the sleepy city Sleigh Bells proclaimed to be Paradise Gorge. Wait, Paradise Gorge! It's in quotes, I'm not sure if... I don't know. A town surrounded by the forest behind us and the lush hills on... A town surrounded by the forest behind us and the lush hills on all other sides. Flowers shared the space among the grass and shimmering brick sheets. Brick streets. What?
Sheets of brick.
You know, like if your bed's too comfortable, you put on some brick sheets.
I don't even want to get into this with you. Just keep reading.
You'll sheet bricks. Anyway,
I told you to stop. This only goes
homes
bad
of the
places,
lightest
Mike.
teak. Wait, can you define teak?
Teak? Like the
Teak.
color? Is teak a color?
That's a color?
I don't know.
Homes of the lightest
No.
teak
Teak's a
and
type of
natural
wood. Isn't it?
canopy roofs.
Teak is a type of wood. Teak is a type of
Oh,
wood.
okay. Homes of the
being
lightest
stupid.
teak and natural canopy roofs dotted the sides of the streets and street corners as we strolled by each. A marvel of architecture and quite overwhelming to the eyes, it was a sight vastly different to my comparatively dill village. Yeah, it's made of pickles.
Dill pickles?
To my comparatively dull village, and only served the realization that this was my first time in a new town. So I took in all the available sights and surroundings. As the houses did greet the two of yous. Typo. As the houses did greet the two of us with light hearts and lighter eyes, so too did the pleasant townsfolk who released hellos and "How are you today, childrens?" like the air they breathed.
You said that line wrong. I'm pretty sure it's more like, "How are you today, children?"
Oh, sorry. So too did the present townfolk who released hellos.
Why is it present?
How are you today, children? Like the air they breathe. According to James Winston, this takes place in Silent Hill.
Where's Pyramid Head?
I don't know.
Or maybe those lines were supposed to be done with a Mr. Rogers voice. That would have made more sense.
Hello, children.
Mr. Hannibal Lecter Roger. Yeah, all right. Today we're gonna explore the neighborhood with a nice Chianti. Anyway. Well, now it explains why he won the ultimate showdown. Each we returned with... What? Each we returned with a similar reply as we roamed the brick streets. This time they're streets. It was a quiet and demure bustle around us as ponies of every vivacious color imaginable were selling goods or eating in cafes or simply enjoying the bounty of light around them. An alluring thick smell of grass wafted our way and lulled me into peace. Quite the serene way to begin the journey of my caliber, but I accepted it readily. Crossing the rims of the roofs and over the street flew streams of crimson flowers like the flight of magnificent spirits. Enthralled by their beauty, I barely noticed the path Sleigh Bells was leading me on, or the destination, until he halted and announced, "Here we are, poet! The mayor of our village lives inside. I shall let you in." A deepness to his voice rose with a regal facade. "Here we are, poet! The mayor of our village lives inside. I shall let you in." That's more of a regal facade, I think. Teak in all different hues and vibrancies lined the magnificent estate. I followed Sleigh Bells up the ramp to the porch, and Sleigh Bells grasped a pull cord in his mouth and yanked on it. From within the wood panels, a bell chimed, and I heard hooves hit wood.
Why did he need to do that? Couldn't he have just made his own bells chime?
Well, I don't think. Sleigh Bells opened the door, and we walked through the opulent threshold into an opened room. I can say the word opulent, but I can't say wide.
What the heck, man?
Sleigh Bells opened the door, and we walked through the opulent threshold to a wide room rivaling the beauty of the town. Affluent rugs and decor drew my gaze, though a figure entered from across the room. A plump neck raised a rosy head to see us, and a loud chuckle was heard.
My boy!
Well, my boy, you've found a new friend. I don't recall seeing his face before.
The elderly colt trotted over with heavy cream hooves and examined me. "No, Dad. This is a poet I found hiding about the forest. He says he would like an audience with you." Sleigh Bells corrected. I did not recall asking for an audience, though I took advantage of this opportunity.
"The forest, eh? What's your name, son?"
the mayor asked me. I am known as Sir Ostentatious, though be merry and call me Ostentatious." I bowed my head to the figure. What?
He's known as Certs. Is that what you were trying to say?
It's apparently known as Sir Ostentatious. He's certified.
Make your breath smell good, Certs.
all right. Bow my head to the figure.
A fine name indeed. I am Mayor Liberty.
He said with a bow of his head in return.
I see you have met my son. I trust he treated you well?
Hospitality may need refining, but why does he wear such bells? Wrong form of wear is typed there for some reason.
Dude, is the mayor like going blind or something? When you said his line, you said, "I hope I see you have met my son."
I hope I see you have met my son. He's hoping to look into the past and see the two of them meet. Dan hopes so too. Alright. Hospitality made in refining, but why does he wear such bells? The mayor chuckled.
As such, my boy. As a young boy, he does not know what is best for him. The bells make sure he doesn't get into too much trouble.
Sleigh bells turned away with a groan, bells shaking in the process.
But tell me, what brings you to Paradise Gorge, son?
I am in the search of 7 evils and a title. Upon my father's grave sleeps a promise of glory for his only son, and this humble town is my first stepping stone. I finished proudly, punctuating my quest with a stamp of my foot.
Quite the admirable one,
chirped the mayor. A bit lofty, but it comes with that spry youthfulness. Pardon my lack of hospitality.
Do make yourself at home. I've some tea brewing that I'm sure you'll find divine.
I appreciate your extension of home, sir, though my stop in this town must be brief as the sun grows drowsy. Forgive my forwardness, but have you any evils or evil paraphernalia that needs reconciling? I am sure I can do wonders against such plagues.
Reconciling?
It's
reconciling.
No, reconciling is also a pronunciation, though I'm pretty sure plagues isn't a way to say plagues.
Plagues?
Plogs.
I'm sure I can do wonders against such plogs.
The mayor was not moved, probably because I didn't push him. What have you liked? Also because I didn't present the bottle with the friggin' Rudo's note. He wasn't the mayor of the Zora village, he was the Zora king. Zelda! So, what have you liked best about the town so far, son? The architecture? The music? All my own design to make guests feel right at home in our little town. Trust me, good sir, it is all so fine, but please, for the matter at hand, I do declare,
say no more. I'm sure it was our crown jewel, the majestic birds of paradise, along the streets which mystified you the most. I can't blame you, son. They're grown right here in the tender, loving care of our eccentric florist. Have you visited the florist? She is quite a face, and quite another. No. Do you think she's free, Slaybe? It was to last no more. A thunderous hoof stamp brought a rapid silence to the home and shook the rafters. Please acknowledge my request. Have you or have you not a quest for me? And if not, I shall leave you be. I finished, the mayor's smile unfaltering. Damn, this is one tough mayor. Dude just comes into City Hall and starts yelling at him. He's just rosy and smiling. Rosy cheeks began to flee and turn ghostly as the mayor looked down his nose at me with the same smile. Maybe never mind.
Oh,
in a
wait,
sort of
dude, wait.
What?
I finally get it. His kid's called Sleigh Bells because the mayor is Santa.
Wait.
Rosy cheeks. He's chubby.
Wait.
Faltering smile.
Wait, what's Mayor Liberty?
Does he have a beard?
Man, what? Probably.
Man.
This kid's a friggin' elf.
That's a great response.
I should have gone with the Link voice if he's a friggin' elf. Or maybe like a Will Ferrell voice.
Oh my god! Santa's here! I know him! I know him!
Why do you know the lines from that movie so well, Bren?
That's the only
gotta
one
ask.
I know.
That is impressive, actually. And then he slugs down like a whole 2 liter of Coke. It was to last no more. Okay, I've already been there. Rosy cheeks began to flee and turned ghostly as the mayor looked down his nose at me with the same smile, in a sort of thought.
In this country, ponies seem to live for action as long as they can and sink into apathy when they retire. I'd hazard a guess that the only problem our town has is ponies passing through the canyon and never returning. But you won't have any problem with that, for the canyon is off limits. If off limits, due to the deadly attributes it possesses.
Typo.
I think that's a typo.
It is a typo. Bewildered, I pressed on. With all due respect, I am not interested in these sleepy lives. I yearn for the open road and making my name along its expense. If this canyon path is my only route to advance, I shall take it. I am to rove across this world and learn its secrets, like the glorious equines of the past. Have you heard no tales of their gallantry? The bravery he saw in me took the smile from his lips as he sighed a heavy sigh. The past is a foreign country, Mayor Liberty solemnly let out, walking to an adjacent table. They do things differently there. Ooh, metaphor. Is that shut up. I have a particular revulsion towards monotony, good sir. I called to obtain the colt's drafting eyes and attention. So many lands, so much to do, so little done, such things to be! Sleigh bells stood frozen and silent behind the duel. Monotony, returned the mayor with a new smile. Like the bee, we make our industry and livelihoods our amusement. Festivals abound and never a dull street corner in Paradise Gorge. Why do you not see the beauty in such establishments? I must insist you stay, at least the night, to see all our lovely town has to offer. A tea kettle in the back began a sour whistle. That's the closest thing I had. Tea kettle in the back began a sour whistle. But it's just a bee and his clones, though, broke in Sleigh Bell. Words screamed to overtake the whistle. Oh. Hang on, screaming. But it's just a bee and his clones, though! Broke in Sleigh Bells. Words screamed to overtake the whistle. Words.
When you say broke in sleigh bells, it sounds like you're saying broken sleigh bells.
Broken sleigh bells. He shouted so much that he shattered himself. He was made of glass. One does not get a harmony when every pony sings the same note! A fervor unseen in such a small lad. Even his melancholic father took wind. You speak out of turn! Yelled his father, eyes furious with fury.
Furious with fury. Notably,
Furious
Mike,
with sadness.
one does not simply harmony by singing the same note. One does not simply ride into Mordor.
Your poor mother would surely faint if she were to hear such foolishness.
Eyes widened, but soon surrendered behind raven lids. Sleigh bells simply hung a defeated head and excused
How
himself
loud
from
was
the
the
discussion.
yelling?
I don't know. They had to overshadow the tea kettle.
Now the dad's blind and sleigh bells is deaf. Great.
It's a dangerous city. Sleigh bells simply hung a defeated head and excused himself from the discussion. The door shut behind me, and the gravity of the room became all too cumbersome. I turned to Mayor Liberty, his gaze fully spent on the portrait above the table. Somber upon the canvas stood the expression of a mare. Deep blues ran into blacks, and I could barely make out a smile on the beauty. Eyes free, and his large hoofs carrying himself to the clambering pot, he asked,
Do you mind going after the boy? We'll continue our discussion later on tonight, should you truly decide to leave.
The door swung open fast as I felt myself almost fly from the fresh air and colors washing over me and relaxing myself. Once outside, the black foal had vanished, leaving me alone on the porch. And scene break. This is a long scene. If anyone's got anything to interject, say it right now while I'm getting some ice cream.
Speak now or forever hold our peace.
I'm going to throw Brody Mike into the pit.
Wait, what?
Okay then.
I'm tired, sue me.
That sounds like a fantastic reference. I almost forget what it's from.
Almost forget. So you know what it's from, right?
Star.
No, I do forget. Wait, into the pit?
Almost remember then, perhaps is what you wanted to say.
Near miss. Can't talk ice cream.
I was gonna have my troubles just fly away.
What the hell are you saying, Brandon?
I don't know anymore.
Are you actually referencing anything?
I think Brandon might be delirious.
I've gone. What?
Maybe it's just because it sounds like something Nixon would say, and for some reason your voice reminded me of Nixon. I'm going to throw
I've
him
gone
into
like
the pit.
30 or so hours without any sleep.
I think he's gone around the bend.
Alright, we got scene break. An
That's
unexpected
what
turn
we're
of events, for not even a day out of the gate. As night began to trumpet and herald in the moon, I found a cafe to quell my rising hunger. Fellow mares and colts ate their food and casually talked and thought nothing of the path beyond the hills. All the tables were filled with couples and families and friends who talked and ate and laughed while I took my solace in my own mind and the empty chair across from me. A pony approached me and asked me what I would like. I told her I was a traveler and asked for something of the nature. Okay. Enthused by my simple origins, she promised me no charge for the meal and offered to return with a traveler's special. Graciously, I thanked her. Every breath felt a little fuller than in my own hometown, like a different sort of atmosphere here. It was infectious. This quaint charm of togetherness and kindness and harmony among fellow ponies tugged something in my heart previously untugged. I wondered what I was leaving it for. Secretly, though, the atmospheric difference is just carbon monoxide.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
It's the T virus.
Wait, is that an aerial virus?
Depends on
it's the
which.
virus that
Depends on which Resident Evil you're talking about.
Okay, I have no idea.
it turns people into zombies. Enough said.
Wait, oh shit, maybe that's what the mist is in Silent Hill. Like it's the aerially dispersed T virus.
I don't
If that's
think
the
that's
case,
what it
then-
is.
If that's the case, then the character that was in Silent Hill would become a zombie.
If I come up with crazy theories, maybe people won't know how little I know about horror games.
You failed for that.
Yeah, a little bit.
Let's all discuss
wondered
Fatal
what I was
Frame for
thinking.
the next hour.
Oh, hi, Rea'l.
In my thoughts, time seemed... Oh, Rea'l, what? Ah. In my thoughts, time seemed to slip by like a phantom. The waitress at her glowing smile brought me a hearty plate of greens and wished me a pleasant meal. A bite fostered ecstasy. Yeah, I pronounced that right. A bite fostered ecstasy on my tongue, which spread throughout my system. A whinny nearly escaped from me as the wondrous dish met my tongue, begging me only to eat more. Such delectable yet delicate lettuce, cooked in a way even perfection has yet to master. Ooh, damn.
Oh my.
Damn, that's classy. Voraciously, I consumed the plate and reveled in every second. What the hell was the plate made of?
It was made out of bread.
Ah, dude, wait, they've advanced bread dinnerware technology beyond bread bowls? They have
I
bread
guess
plates
so.
now? Wait, is it just like a pizza crust? Anyway,
It's matzah.
terrible. Cooked in every way to perfection, has yet to master. God,
You prepped yourself to say the line and screwed up on the second word.
In every way,
What
perfection
a
is yet to
failure.
master. Not even right. I've already read that anyway.
What
Truly
are
a
you
culinary
doing?
marvel, and the ambience of the establishment beckoned me to stay a bit longer. I may have obliged had not a disillusioning sound of bells hummed in the distance. Astonished I could pick up on it in such noisy conditions, I excused myself and followed the sounds. In the bright lights and festivities of the night, a white stream bounced across the street and bells chimed. I followed the signal and met an ecstatic little foal. Wait, is this sleigh bells?
My.
Or is this another
You
one?
know, Mike, I didn't come on here half asleep to hear you fuck up.
Yes, jeez. Get your act together, man. But yeah, this is Sleigh Bell.
Okay, because... Child. I thought there was another person who showed up, too.
There's another one later.
Alright.
I think you're remembering our confusion over the fact that this is like the first time when they call sleigh bells a foal, and we had assumed
I
sleigh
don't think
bells
they
was
say
older
full. I think they do say full. Why do they say full? That's like baby.
because that's like sleigh bell's age.
They're actually, not quite. He's younger than. He's
younger than
cold
baby?
age. I don't believe that at
fetus?
this point Ostentatious quite had the ages of ponies down properly. Full refers
I think
to
he
like
did. I think you're the one who's a fool.
No, full
Yeah.
refers to an infant. Colt refers to a boy. They've been calling
Maybe
the
it is
mayor
an
an
infant.
old colt.
Maybe
I believe.
sleigh bell is like really young.
Yeah.
It's
Little
Ostentatious.
infant talk.
I'm glad I found Woo. I have a plan to get Woo to the town.
You
How
happy,
come it's
Winston?
so
You're
close to
freaking
your
happy with
pipsqueak
your
voice?
child foal voice?
I keep expecting you to say like, ever since I lost my eye. I've
Ever
been
since
craving
I
nothing."
lost my eye, I've had an unquenchable craving for candy.
No.
That's good. That's rich.
Ostentatious, I'm glad I found you. I have a plan to get you through the town.
Chirped the child proudly. I said child. Chirped the child
Are you
proudly.
illiterate tonight, Mike?
A little bit. I'm a little bit illiterate.
It's because he was deafened by the mayor.
Yeah, totally. Who was already blind. I don't know, little one. I may need to stay here a little longer. Your father truly does not give this place enough credit. Over our conversation, I could hear the growing of music. I'm sure being here a little bit longer won't offset my journey for long, I convinced myself.
What?
Asked Sleigh Bells with shock.
What about your dad and stuff? Isn't he waiting for you or something?
The music grew and I fell into it the music grew and I fell into it further.
Decal!
This is the reading of silly accents and mess-ups on every line. The music grew and I fell into it further. A beautiful flute began a beautiful tin tune, probably played by Ashley Ball, a very esteemed flautist of Hey Ocean, and voice of Applejack and Mary Dash. Shameless plug.
Nah, man, he's dead. He can wait a while. What? Who?
What?
That was Ostentatious.
What?
Bah?
That
Your
makes no
pronunciation of that line
sense.
is weird.
Nah, man, he's dead. He can wait a while.
Oh, hi, Krillin.
It's supposed to be Ostentatious. What?
You sure?
Yeah, that's Ostentatious.
Oh, Sleigh Bell said the last line. What the hell am I doing? I'm stupid.
I don't know, man.
Wait, did his his dad? Fuck!
Yeah,
what am I doing? Ugh.
Dude,
I
you're
don't know
near the
this.
end of the chapter.
I may need to stay here a little longer. Your father truly does not give this place enough credit. Over our conversation, I could hear the growing of music. I'm sure being here just a little bit longer won't offset my journey too long, I convinced myself.
What?
Asked Sleigh Bells with shock.
What about your dad and stuff? Isn't he waiting for you or something?
The music grew and I fell into it further. A beautiful flute began a beautiful tin tune. Nah, man, he's dead. He can wait a while. Sleigh Bells did not share my same relaxation at the mention of my father.
You're falling for it too!
Accused the child. For what? This town is just so peaceful and ideal. Why would I want to leave?
Where have you lived all your life? Under a rock?
Incredulous eyes stared into my clouded eyes, but they began to drift to the festivities across the street. I must have been to not know of such a heaven. Violet eyes were rolled with pearl and pearl locks. Violet eyes were rolled and pearl locks swayed in a shaking motion.
So much for your grand quest then, huh?
Seems like it, I agreed.
Looks like you'll end up like every other pony here.
Feels good, bro. No.
I thought you were some special kind of hero.
I could
Well, not the hero of time.
I could not hear him.
Your dad must be disappointed.
And then the music died. A triumphant gale blew through the city and took with it a cyclone of those beautiful and enticing crimson flowers. Petals began to soar across the brick paths, and instruments ceased their melodies. There was a scream as a flute took flight with the flowers. Red fairies all around me, and that cyclone took its prisoner. Lights on the streets flickered and dimmed for a moment or two, as the whirlwind raged and showed me my captors. Eyes now open, the wind dropped with the petals and fell to the earth. A moment or two passed until the event was shrugged off, and the ponies around us, in their meals, ate once more and began talking. Minus a flute, the music played on. Sleigh bells and I, though, were gone with the wind. Frankly, sleigh bells, I don't give a damn.
Classic. Classic.
Fairly literally. Classic. I followed Sleigh Bell's quiet melody to the outskirts of the gorge. Why the gorge was wearing a skirt, I would never know. No. There slept a quiet cottage of modest appearance and flowers easier on the eyes. He led me to the door and peered around the home.
My friend lives here, though she must be upstairs sleeping. When you wake up, make sure you tell her I sent you. I'll be here tomorrow morning to see you off.
Too ashamed by my previous display of coarse language and betrayal, I silently nodded and bid him farewell.
You sounded like you were betrayed by your own reading. You were like, mysterious.
I win against you, Ultra. The door creaked almost lyrically as I made my way inside. I don't know what lyric
That's
that
not
is.
really lyrical creaking.
It started playing Tylenol.
There you go. It's playing Zelda's Lullaby.
Bonus.
Stepping on an old
Wait, no, that's a
lady.
bonus.
That's a bonus song.
Balls. Okay, I'm wasting enough time on this. Drowsiness fought off better judgment as I simply shut the door and found the nearest couch to slumber upon. Before I withdrew, though, I recalled my satchel, and the log I promised to keep of my travels. With a yawn, I cracked it open, fresh paper greeting me. With my quill, I began. Dear handsome log of adventures, I pray thee, Father, forgive me. The Tempest only begins from this day on. Never again shall I waver. I have it in writing now. Tomorrow I shall embark on whatever may lie beyond this gorge. Guide me on, Father. Oh, Father, how many wondrous creatures are there here? How curious pony kind is. Oh, brave new world that has such ponies in it. Sir Ostentatious.
I don't want I could see Ostentatious,
read the
voiced
thing at
by
the end.
Yamayugi.
And end of the chapter. Any comments or inquiries or suggestions can be sent to sirostentatious@gmail.com. Woo!
Brave New
Alright.
World.
It was a
My
little bit
favorite
rocky
book.
for a lot of the parts. I had to restart pretty much every paragraph, but I got through it, and I got through it.
I think a
with
good
my
description of your reading
friends.
tonight was actually mentioned right there at the end. Drowsiness fought off better judgment.
All your troubles can just fly away.
Alrighty. Play us out, Rea'l.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.